You walk into the room, sit down, and slide your deck across the table. In that quiet moment, you have exactly 3 minutes to build a baseline of trust or lose the room completely. There is a common trap founders fall into, treating the pitch deck as an exhaustive presentation of their product and business mechanics. Take Canva, for example. Today, it is a ubiquitous software giant with a $42 billion valuation, but the early days looked very different. Founders Melanie Perkins and Cliff Obrecht pitched venture capitalists and were rejected over 100 times. This chart shows their trajectory. To go from a flat line of 100 rejections to a hyper-growth hockey stick curve, their approach to the pitch underwent a total structural shift. The software didn't change overnight. The code remained the same, yet the investor response transformed, forcing us to look at the one variable that actually evolved: how that product was translated for the room. Let's go back to 2010. Perkins was in Perth, Australia, working on a straightforward yearbook design tool called Fusion Books. That same year, Apple launched the iPad. Touch-based design became possible, which sparked a much broader idea they initially called Canvas Chef. They packed up and moved to San Francisco to pitch this massive vision to venture capitalists. Their first and second pitch decks failed. They were built like user manuals, obsessing over user interface features and software mechanics rather than the business case. This introduces a major hurdle for the person sitting across the table: cognitive load. When an investor has to burn mental energy just to decipher a dense, cluttered slide, friction goes up and attention drops. Your pitch deck is never a product presentation. It is an invitation to a second meeting. To see how they fix this, we have to look at the first forensic comparison, the problem slide. This graphic compares their iterations. Early decks spent 6 dense, text-heavy slides explaining technical mechanics. Processing all that text spikes cognitive load. You lose control of the narrative. The third version fixed this, condensing the problem into one relatable pain point. Design software is too complex. Doing this requires a strict trade-off. You have to sacrifice the technical nuance of your product and trust that a simple, clear story is enough to hook the room. The initial hook has to sell the pain, not the engineering. Empathy builds baseline trust far faster than raw data. Once you have their attention, the middle of the pitch deck has to prove there's an actual business behind the idea. This is where founders often fall into the technical builder trap, using the solution slide as an excuse to show off an endless list of user interface features. If you take a pure product approach, investors will quickly interrupt with questions about the market, which immediately derails the pitch. This 2x2 competitive matrix chart was a critical addition to Canva's third deck. Plotting cost against creative freedom highlighted a massive empty quadrant for their startup. Dedicating a slide to this mapping proves your competence, fulfilling mandatory investor hygiene checks before they ask. They followed this with a specific market segmentation slide. Instead of expecting investors to imagine a large market, they mapped out the sheer volume of design sectors, brochures, invitations, yearbooks, to prove their total addressable market. Sacrificing product screenshots for market data signals that you are building for scale, positioning the software as a business asset. That brings us to the critical close of the pitch: traction and the ask. There is a strong data dumper instinct here. Founders tend to pack multiple vanity metrics onto one traction slide to look as impressive as possible. A cluttered slide scatters the investor's attention. If you give them too many numbers, they actively start looking for flaws or contradictions in your math. Look at this generated example of a successful traction slide. It strips everything away to feature exactly one undeniable number right in the center. The psychological impact of this input is immediate. It anchors their focus and stops them from searching for reasons to say no. Over-explaining breeds skepticism. Singular clarity forces the room to evaluate the facts in front of them without distraction. Canva's initial rejections were fixed by ruthless curation. Technical builders stop the product demo and explicitly cover your competitive advantage and total addressable market. Data dumpers enforce the one idea per slide rule. Solutions taking over 7 words to explain are simply too complex. Curation is a tool for precision. It ensures the most important parts of the business are actually processed by the person writing the check. Before your next meeting, there is one immediate architectural fix you can make right now: your ask slide. Use exact unrounded numbers. Asking for $1.25 million instead of around $1 million leaves zero room for ambiguity and signals that your math is airtight. To get the structure investors expect, download the VC-ready 16-slide pitch deck kit and slide-by-slide guide linked below for a one-time fee of $497. Optimize the invitation, secure the meeting, and get back to building the business.